Dexy, I know you're gonna kill this shit.
Yo, people, what you telling me back again for another footy talk? ROMZ, bruv, it's been a minute. What you telling me, fam?
In a minute, bro. I'm good. I've had better mornings, bro. These gooners just making noise, but bro, deservedly so. But man's good, bro. What about you? Happy birthday as well.
Common,
Hope you
G.
had a good run in that.
Yeah, man, chilled one, bro. Back to business, bro. You know, like that, man. Yeah, bro. I hear you about the Gooners, bro. But you know what? Yeah, it was one of them things where it was like Madrid got chefed up comfortably over 2 legs. So no matter who you like or you don't like, you can't have no complaints. It wasn't close.
Facts.
You know the ones. It wasn't close. I'll be real. And it's like I've been telling people for a long time that Madrid are not a good team, innit? But the problem is you say that and then they always just find a way to get through. This time they didn't. You know what I mean?
Yesterday the performance matched the result. Actually, not even just yesterday. Like you said, over both legs, the performance matched the result. And if we're keeping it a buck, if Saliba didn't make that mistake, Arsenal would have whitewashed. They wouldn't have scored at all, bro. The only way they were scoring was from that mistake because bro, everything they were doing over the 2 legs, because I thought they might approach this game a bit different. I didn't think they would even lose the 90 minutes in isolation, bro. But Arsenal are just comfy. That comfy, they couldn't lay a glove on them at all, bro. And it's like, I know, like you said, I know a lot of people say, "Oh, Carlo's this great manager," and I get that, but there's only so long that the no tactics thing can ride out, bro. And Arsenal were proof of that over the 2 legs, but like, I just didn't see Madrid ever scoring, bro. And that's mad to say in their backyard, bro. Like, that is mad to say, but I didn't see them having a sniff. And I think it was shameless for Vinny celebrating like that, and you're still 4-1 down with 3 goals.
Yeah, but Vinny has to do that though. Vinny has to kind of do that, bro, to endear himself to the fans. He's a passion guy, bro. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, that's who he is, bro. Like, because if we're being real, like, Vinny's massively overhyped as well, bro. Do you know what I mean? He turns up in isolated moments.
He's a moments player.
But other than that,
do
you know what I mean? He's a symptom of modern day football, Vinicius Junior, because now in modern day football they only care about highlights, bro. It never used to be like that, bro. And the way you know it never used to be like that is when you look at the Ballon d'Or winners. Yeah, most of these men were not GA, man. They weren't numbers, man. You know them, man. So we used to appreciate our body of work in football, and now people don't care about body of work. All they care about is moments. That's what they care about. Vinicius he's a nothing player. So Mbappe's a nothing player. Bellingham's a nothing player, bro. And it's funny, I see Demi Mitchell, he used to play for Man United, tweet something yesterday. And I've been saying it for ages. The brother said, every time I watch a full 90 minutes of Jude Bellingham, pretty much, I'm not moved. Like, I don't know what I'm watching. You know them, man. And a brother must have commented saying something along the lines of, yeah, well, what would he say if he watched you? He said, listen, bro, I don't cost 100 million and I play in League One, bro. So I'm sure that, you know what I'm saying? I'm sure that he'll expect what he sees, bro. You get it? So it's one of them ones where £100 million player, Real Madrid, Ballon d'Or nominee, all of this bollocks, yeah. And he's rubbish.
Right, I got the receipts, bro. This is why I never wanted him at my club. You know what we do, yeah, when we're linked with a player, like, is we basically sign him before we've officially signed him. I said, bro, I would rather spend, I think Dortmund at the time wanted 100 to 110 million circa, yeah. I said, I'd rather 3 players that can equate to that can probably all 3 do more of a job than him. But because he was the flavor, let's say flavor of the year for that year, he come from Birmingham. It was denied. Everyone likes the underdog story, and he come from the small club, gone to Dortmund, done your thing, and then obviously when Madrid and that are looking at you. I didn't really want him, and I know obviously you had the Stevie G, had the Lampard comparisons, the next big thing in England. But I was like, this don't make sense. I've never watched Bellingham and been moved. Like you said, he's a moments player, and what I clocked is, with players' legacies, people normally look back to moments. So if you've got a lot of moments, like, I'm not going to lie to you, as much as I don't rate Vinny as high as others, I think by the end of his career, he'll have
loads of moments.
Yeah, he'll have enough moments for people to say he does have somewhat a legacy. But I think you're bang on. If you look at past Ballon d'Or winners, a lot of them, obviously they had moments, but like, moments weren't what made them who they are. Like, it was their body
that's what I'm saying.
Like, over 90 minutes, etc. That's what 100%. I mean. So, I don't know. Yesterday, I've never really been moved. The things with Bellingham, I think the word is clutch. Like, for what he done for England, there's times for Madrid, especially in his first season, where he's making that third man run and crashing the box and scoring. But like, over 90 minutes, yeah, I agree with that Demi Mitchell guy. I'm not really that moved by him. And Mbappe, me and you have said many times on this show, I've always said the reason why he looks a cut above the rest because he does things to a speed that others can't really handle. But the minute defenders can, like your Salibas yesterday, Timber clamped him a few times, it's null and void. Do you know what I mean? If you have a defender that can match his speed, it's kind of long for him. But this Madrid team, I think they need a little rebuild.
That's exactly what I said yesterday. That team's rubbed, bro. I'll be honest, yeah. It's like, on paper, they're kind of Galacticos on paper because they've just got big names. Even Trent is a big name, like, going there. But these man, it's not a cohesive unit. Like, if you bring in a manager that wants to play cohesive football, yeah, you have to dash away half of this team, bro, because it's one of them ones where you look, they got 3 left wingers in their front 3. That Mbappe don't want to play on the right. He can't play down the middle. Vinny can't play down the middle. Won't play on the right. Don't know if he can because I ain't really seen him there in a long time. Rodrigo's not a right-sided player, and he always looks uncomfortable there. Even if he plays well, he looks like he's not enjoying his football there.
Facts.
And someone like him needs to be enjoying his football. And then you got Jude Bellingham in the 10, who's not a 10. I don't know what he is. Luka Modric is an old man.
Facts.
Obviously, Camavinga was out. Tchouameni's massively overrated. So you got a nothing team there. Valverde's doing right back shifts because they've got injuries, bro. Like, even when everyone's fit, fair enough. Carvajal comes into that team. Valverde goes back into midfield. It improves it, but it don't improve it enough, yeah, for them to look like a serious team, bro. Like there's so many holes. There's so many holes in this team, bro. Like it's embarrassing.
Do you know one player I'll give credit to? Yeah, maybe the bar's just so low, so I'm calling him the best out of a bad bunch. But I think when Endrick came on, started to stretch the game a bit. When you actually have a 9 playing as a 9, because let's be honest, many times you watch Madrid, Mbappe and Vinny want to invade the same space. People say Rodrigo as well, but Rodrigo's the intelligent one where he's clocked. We can't be all overloading that side, so he goes to the right. But like you said, he ain't as productive on the right, and he just looks a bit uncomfortable there. But I think when Endrick came on, right, Real Madrid had a new lease of life. They don't get twisted. I still didn't think a goal was coming, but it gave them, I don't know, a bit more impetus. Like he was making runs, he was stretching the play. But other than that, I agree with you. But do you know what's scaring me, bro? I see a report yesterday that Jurgen Klopp ain't happy at his head of football, head of director thing at the
and they're saying he could end up at Madrid.
Now, if he goes to Madrid with that crop of players, obviously, unlike us, he will get that transfer kitty where he can bring in his own players, right? But if he goes in, you know his style.
But Real Madrid don't really back managers in transfer markets. This is my only thing, though. They just get what they're given.
That's actually true. And normally it's club signings, not manager signings as well.
Of course it is.
Klopp will go to Florentino Perez and say, I want this guy, that guy, that guy. He's like, hold on, this guy's the marketable one. This one's the guy that's going to sell shirts. Let's bring him in. You got a point there still. But I just think even with, I think their front line, let's be honest, man, Mbappe, Vinny, and that don't really like to press that. I think your Hendricks and your Rodriguez, Klopp would like to work with more. But I look at the nucleus in their midfield. Say what you want about Bellingham, he is a workforce. Camavinga,
Valverde as well.
Valverde, do you know what I mean? I think Klopp goes into that team,
that's a Klopp midfield still.
100%, bro. Deep it. That's the midfield. Majority of the midfielders Klopp.
Yeah, you lot wanted. He wanted Tchouameni. You know what I mean? He wanted Bellingham. Yeah, it's a Klopp midfield. Like he would love Valverde as well.
You'll see a different Madrid. He'll be there with Trent, who he's worked with. I think they need to freshen up their centre backs. That's why you're getting the talks of the Salibas and Konates and whatnot. But I think Rudiger, the thing with Rudiger, I rate him, but I just feel like he just does stuff where he just doesn't need to do it. Like,
he's erratic, man.
Yeah, bro. You kind of need that. I think that's also testament to him, because I think that crazy kind of unhinged personality he has makes him a better player.
Yeah, he's like Pepe blood. You know them ones. He's just a bit of a madman.
But I'll be real. He should have been that Lewis Skelly. The thing is, this star arts, he knows how to get away with it. But that was you could tell that was intentional.
Yeah, of course it was, man.
That Asensio, brother. Yeah, I'll be real. I've not watched Madrid bare this season. I watched them in a few old Clásicos. Watched them against my club. I'll probably watch them about 5-6 times. But that Asensio, brother. Yeah, again, this is why I think we're guilty of this. If you don't watch the leagues as much, you can't really be judging players off one-off games, which I've done. When I've seen this Asensio brother play centre back, I'm like, bro, this guy looks cold. Yesterday, I just watching him and thinking, yeah, I overrated you. I ain't really watched you properly because you just look meaty. You look like you're all over the guy.
Yeah, that's rash, bro. You know what I mean? Like these players.
Too rash. Too rash, bro. But you know what? Going on to Arsenal, I know that some of the Arsenal fans want us to give them their credit. Bro, there's one main player that I need to actually hold my lip for, bro, and I have to take accountability. You see Bukayo Saka and Rants? I have to just give it to him now. Big stage done at the grandest stage of them all. Because you know my question's always been with him, yeah? When he's at the Emirates, I call it his natural habitat. Bro, he always performed. Any team at the Emirates, Bukayo, he's crashing it on you. But my thing with Bukayo was, and I was trying to say this to Arsenal fans, but they wouldn't hear it. But when I brought out like the facts, they kind of went mute. Him away in Europe, I remember Allianz last season. I remember Sporting in Europa League. I'm even back there into Europa League, Olympiacos. A lot of his European away games, whether it's Champions League or Europa League, I was like, you know, if you lot are calling him X, Y, Z, he needs to do it away from him. I always rate a player doing it more in a more uncomfortable setting.
Of
It's easy to
course.
do it at home in front of your crowd and that. They're going to get
Mhm.
behind you. But yesterday, he told me to shut up because I said, if he performs at the Bernabeu, there's nothing more I have to say. He does it in the league. He does it home and away in the league. It's just European. I think Rio Ferdinand come out and said yesterday as well, because Arsenal fans were pulling up his old quote saying Bakay's not Saka's not world class just yet. I need to see him do it away from home in Europe, bro. Forget the finisher, because the finish was cold. The composure to that. It's his all-round performance. How many times have me and you said, bro, forget GNA? What are you doing from start to finish?
I'll be real. I didn't see nothing in his performance yesterday that's changed my mind on him at all. And he missed the penalty, bro. Nah, he bottled the pen as well. He bottled it. Like, bro, he's never done a Panenka in his life, and he chooses to do it on that stage, bro. Like, he had an identity crisis on the penalty spot, bro. That's not to me. Yeah, that's not a big game player like that, bro. I'll be honest. Like, it was a good finish, but
this is what I didn't say to you, bro. This is what I didn't say to you. Right, the penalty was foolish. Doing that first 10 minutes, that was foolish, but. Don't you rate him for rectifying it with that finish, bro? Because
it was a great finish. Do you know what I'm saying? But in that instance, that's the only finish that was on. Like, you've played football. The only finish you can do is lift it over the keeper. It was the only one, and he executed it very well. But he tried it on the penalty spot and he missed, innit? Like, it's one of them ones. I've never seen anyone to do a Panenka in the corner. Like, it's like you go down the middle, bro.
Middle,
like,
it's always down the middle.
You know them ones he was having all sorts of weird conversations with himself on that penalty spot. I even said it when I was watching the penalty. I was like, yo, that's not his normal run up. And bro, like I've seen him taking off penalties. His run up wasn't right. Everything, he was all over the gaff, bro.
You know what is right?
You know what I mean? He made a mess in his nappy yesterday, bro. And it's one of them ones where he got the opportunity to rectify it. But if he doesn't score that goal, everyone's saying, yo, Saka bottled another big penalty. That's what they're saying, because he bottled the Euro pen and he missed the pen in the title run last season as well, bro.
Yeah, and even in a West Ham game, I think he put it wide. But the thing is,
you're playing against an 80-year-old Alaba, bro. Like, I'll be real. For me, like, all that it showed me yesterday was that Alaba is finished. That's it. That's what it showed me. That's what I learned, because Saka didn't have to work hard to go past him.
I was gonna come on to that point though, like for him, because he got Alaba booked within the first the minute the referee the whistle, I think the first minute or two. But my thing with Saka and that, every time, the thing is, I've been his biggest critic. I've always said, cool, and I know you're similar to me. GA is never enough for me. I need to see what you're doing for the main, not even the whole 90 minutes, at least 60 to 70 minutes of the game, right? But I think whenever the ball got to him, I think Real Madrid were worried. I didn't really see any other Arsenal player where Real Madrid were kind of Arsenal. Let's be honest, I think
Real Madrid were worried because Alaba was there, though. Do you know what I'm saying? If they had their proper left backs there, they're not worried the same way.
Bro, you say that, but then Ferland Mendy, cool, he's more youthful. But I still think Saka probably puts in similar performance, even if it was Ferland.
I think if you got pace up against Saka, it's a different game, innit? Like Alaba, bro, brothers, centre back, playing at left back, and he's old.
I used to think the same thing, bro. But I've clocked, and this is where I have to actually give him his credit. Saka's very intelligent, because you're right. Pace against pace. If you see a lot of Saka's goals where he cuts in and whatnot, it's against your Andy Robertson's, putting him that plays.
He plays different against the players he knows he can bully. He's a smart player, innit? He's a smart player. He does switch up his game.
He'll play that 1-2, and he's around you. He might not beat you with his dribbling ability, but he'll play that 1-2. That's where I got to credit him. That's why I think even with a Ferland Mendy, you're right. He's probably not beating him like in a 1v1. Like if he's actually taking on 1v1 dribble, but I think he's probably doing the give and go to either Rice or Odegaard. He's in behind and he's 1-on-1 with Courtois. Do you get it? But
he's got Mendes next year. If he bodies Mendes over 2 legs, we can revisit this conversation. Because I've seen Sancho do it. So it's one of them ones. If he bodies Mendes over the 2 legs, then I'll hold my hands up and say, boom.
You know, that's gonna be the litmus test. You're right.
Yeah. If he bodies him, like actually bodies him, then I'll be like, all right, cool. All right, let's talk, innit? You know them ones, because Mendes, even though he's not the best defensively, he's still one of the best fullbacks in the world on paper, innit? So if you're doing it to one of the best fullbacks, then you got to hold your hands up,
bro.
You know what I mean, and say fair enough.
The best.
I think he's one of the best. He has to be one of them. He has to be one of them. I wouldn't say he's the best, because I'm not going to pretend that I watch every left back in the world, but he's one of the best. He's one of the best. Do you know what I'm saying? So I'm talking about cooked, yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm not talking about, oh yeah, like he got past him once, because everyone gets past players, innit? Like what he was doing to Alaba, yeah, was bullying, bro. Because Alaba's an old man, bro. He didn't want to be there. You see, he didn't want to be there, bro. Like, do you know what I mean? You know what the mad thing is, yeah? Like Arsenal, yeah, they played all right yesterday. But bro, Real Madrid were shit, bruv. Like legit. Like for the level that you expect Real Madrid to be at, they were rubbish, bro. We have to be honest. They're rubbish, bro. And last season, was it last season where Dortmund absolutely destroyed them and they scumbagged it? Like, bro, man, I've been watching Real Madrid, yeah, scumbag results in the Champions League probably for the last 3 seasons, bro.
I'm just about to say that. It's not just this season.
It's not just this season.
Even when they three-peated under Zidane, yeah. So I remember when they done it with Carlo. I think Ronaldo's first Champions League for them. They were cold that year. That's when I think Bale and Neymar had their first seasons in La Liga. That Madrid team were actually cold. I think you had Khedira, I think Modric first coming to the side, but that team was cold. But when they three-peated under Zidane, I even said then, I didn't watch that Real Madrid team and think, wow, I just saw individual ability. I was seeing Bale, I was seeing Ronaldo. Modric was in the peak of his career. But I feel like Madrid, especially in my lifetime, Madrid have never been like scintillating when they've won a Champions League, bro. They just have that know-how, bro.
Right.
They genuinely just have that know-how. But then obviously you speak to Gunn, and Gunn even says they've never really had like that.
Yeah, they haven't.
They just have
They
that
haven't.
know-how.
They just win. Yeah.
To win. But I just think, like you said at the start of the stream, bro, finally the performance caught up with the result. Because you're right. I don't think Arsenal were amazing, but they didn't have to be.
They didn't have to be, bro.
You don't have to be amazing. There's no point exerting all that energy, because I think Arsenal were very conservative for the most parts of that game and just broke on them when they had to. And I was saying to my brethren that I was watching the game with, I didn't think he would score in it, because Martinelli's finishing the best part of the last 18 months has been a bit mad. Big up Ibrahim.
But he had so much time though, bro, with that finish. Like, bro, so much time. You give Martinelli that much time, yeah. Like, even he's gonna score that. Do you know what I mean?
And
like,
you know,
even him.
bro, I said to my brethren, he's gonna get a one-on-one in this game. I don't know when, but the way I saw the game transpiring, bro, I was like, Real Madrid are going for this. They weren't even leaving their high line on the halfway line, Rants. Their high line was inside the opposition's half. So not only, and you saw it for the goal, not only that then they're playing a high line, they're playing like a high line in kind of somewhat the final third, bro. So Martinelli just has to start his run from inside his own half, and he's in. And it happened literally in the last minute. I said, bro, Martinelli's going to get a one-on-one. Whether he finishes it, I don't know. But that finish, he couldn't have missed that, bro. Like you said, he got too much time. But me and you have both kicked ball. Sometimes when you have too much time, which has been his story in the last 18 months, you can bottle it. Do you know what I mean?
100%.
It was a cold finish. But, bro, Arsenal didn't have to be great. But at the same time, I have to give them credit because, bro, if I don't think a result's going to happen and I'm proven wrong, I have to hold my hands up. I thought my prediction for that game, Rants, was 3-1 Madrid. I thought Madrid would win comfortably, but Arsenal would still go through.
Now, I said that Arsenal could win the game because, because Real Madrid just ain't got no firepower, bro. Like, and I knew that Arsenal weren't gonna be naive and leave gaps like Barca did against Dortmund, like PSG did against Villa. Arsenal were never going to leave those gaps. You know what I'm saying? Like, Arsenal weren't going there to make friends, bro. They were going there to get the result. So I knew that they weren't going to leave gaps. And Mbappe without spacing behind is nothing. Do you know what I'm saying? Vinny ain't going to do nothing without the space. And Bellingham loves them third man runs, box crashing, but he needs space to run into as well. There was nothing to run into. There was nothing to run into. Arsenal just completely set up in that mid block. Sometimes it was a low block. And then they just broke on them, bro. Like, and that was the game plan. You could see it very clearly that when Arsenal had the ball, they weren't forcing passes. They weren't in a rush to get the ball forward. There's no need. You're 3-0 up. Do you know what I mean? They played the game perfectly. And one thing I got to say is they've mastered that style of play. They've mastered the ability to go there, make games boring, and just pick teams off.
Facts.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, they've mastered that. So you can't allow them to be playing the game at their own pace. That's the one thing you can't allow Arsenal to do. Because if they do that, they'll find a way, bro. Do you know what I mean? Like, the funny thing is, they outplayed Real Madrid probably over 2 legs. And the difference were the 2 free kicks, bro. because if Rice don't score those free kicks, I reckon Real Madrid probably end up going through.
We're through, yeah.
Just because of how much Real Madrid we've watched, bro. We've watched Liverpool batter them and lose. We've watched City batter them and lose.
Yeah.
We've watched Chelsea batter them and lose. We've watched Dortmund batter them and lose. Like, we've watched so many teams batter Real Madrid and still come out on the losing side and not know how, bro. Now, we've seen it, bro. We've seen it many, many times, bro. So it's one of them things where I think, who else was it? I think I watched it. I swear they played Leipzig one year as well, and Leipzig were cooking them, and they beat them as well, bro. Like, I've seen bare teams put it on Real Madrid.
I think PSG as well.
And lose.
PSG, bro.
Come on, bro.
Years ago, bro. And that's the thing, like, you said something key there. If you can't allow them to play their game at their own pace, and even if you see some of their league losses, I think Bournemouth, Newcastle, these teams didn't give them a sniff. They smelt blood and didn't let them, and that's how you stifle Arsenal. This is why I think the PSG tie is going to be so interesting, because that midfield, do you know what? I think you've got, obviously boxing styles makes fights. I think you've got a really rigid midfield in your, let me not say rigid, actually, robust midfield with your Rice, Partey, and Odegaard. But actually, I think Partey misses first.
Partey misses the first leg, and it's in Paris, apparently.
Yeah. Because I was thinking Ruiz and Vitina and Neves against Dunphy. I was thinking you got the robust against the technicians. That will make for a good showcase. But then if Partey's missing, and you know what, with this leg as well, Rants, I didn't know who was home first in that.
Oh, it's in the Emirates. They're saying there's Emirates first. I can't lie,
this is crazy.
They need Partey away from home more than they need him at home. That's the one thing I would say, because I think the crowd can help Arsenal. But for me, when I'm looking at the midfield, I can't see a way that PSG's midfield don't dominate the ball, innit? Because the thing is, Rice is gonna run for you all day, but he can't keep the ball. Like, not under the amount of pressure that PSG put you under. And the one thing about PSG, all their midfielders run, They ain't got no passengers in the midfield, bro. Like, Ruiz is a runner, Vitinha's a runner, and Neves is a runner. Do you know what I mean? They all run. They all run and they all bop. So if you put Jorginho in that midfield, he's getting overrun. If you put Rice in there, Rice ain't going to be able to keep the ball and jug like he's not. Odegaard was awful, both legs, of that Real Madrid game, bro. He's been awful. So I don't expect nothing. I don't expect nothing from Odegaard in that game either. So it's Declan Rice on his Jones, bro, on his own. And obviously they're gonna drop Marino into midfield, and he's done really well there.
Yeah,
but
that's what they'll do. They'll drop Marino and then probably play Trossard as the false nine with Saka and Martinelli either side.
I think they'll start Marino up front, but he drops into midfield naturally anyway.
Yeah.
I think they'll leave him up there. He's playing too well.
I was thinking, actually, I hear that perspective. I was thinking actually starting him in midfield and probably putting Trossard, especially at Emirates, maybe not away from home, but at the Emirates, I can see, like you said, crowd behind them. Let's be honest, we speak about moments players. Trossard's a moments player. I've always said he's one of Arsenal's most natural finishers. I can see a world where Arteta probably plays Rice as the 6, Jorginho is the 8, but then again, do you want to fix what's not broken? Because Rice is playing somewhat well in the 8. So no, Arteta has a dilemma there. He does have a dilemma, but
he likes to overload that midfield, and he can't do that with Trossard up front. He can do that with Marino dropping deep, bro. Marino dropping deep, got 2 assists in that game, and scored a goal in the previous game, and he was the reason why Arsenal's midfield was able to dominate like that, because they had numerical superiority over Real Madrid at every moment, bro. Because he doesn't stay up front. You don't stay there.
But then, Rants, I hear that. But
if you move him into midfield, Trossard can't do what he does.
But look, I hear what you're saying. I hear your logic. But let's say Marquinhos and Pacho, I feel like with a player like Marino, he's more your 9 where he'll hold it up and whatnot. But we know with more target men, they're slightly easier to mark. I think with Trossard taking them out of position and creating that space in behind, I think that's something else to think about, because Trossard's not going to stay with them, where Marino will probably just stay in between them, innit? Where Trossard's going to drop into the midfield as well. So
but not the same way. Like, look at the 2 passes that Marino played. Trossard ain't playing those.
True.
He's not playing those. Like, Trossard, the first one, Trossard shooting. Do you know what I'm saying? And the second one, he's probably not even seeing that pass in the first place. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, that's my thing, bro. That's my thing. When I look at the profile of Marino's doing exactly what he wanted Kai Havertz to do. You know what I'm saying? And Kai Havertz wasn't doing that. Do you know what I mean? Like, even when you look at Marino's finish in the first game, Havertz doesn't take that first time and wrap that.
No way. No.
No
Havertz
chance.
takes a touch and tries to find another man. That's exactly what Havertz does. They're saying Van Dijk signed.
Yeah.
No,
They're saying 400 bags. But
oh, so you got the same as Salah?
For 2 seasons. Yeah, well, they can because they got Trent's money in it. They just split that. Split that.
Yeah. And do you know what? Salah and Van Dijk are probably looking at that. Raw, we've been the most 2 integral players. We need to be on the same. I feel like if it was a world where one got more than the other, we'll delve into that a bit later. But no, big up. Obviously, I'm not too gassed because we knew it would happen, innit? Like we knew it would happen. But now I just hope my owners don't say, we sign your 2 biggest players, no more money for the window. Because we and you both know, Rants, that's what FSG will do.
I think that's coming though. You know what I mean?
But there's all this PR now. Oh, there's all this PR. Oh, Liverpool going to spend and whatnot. I've heard this summer after summer after summer. The reason why I pray this summer is different because we didn't spend no money. With us, if we don't spend money the previous summer, we normally do spend the next summer. And you saw it with the midfield like revolution just before Klopp left. But I want to stay on the Champions League. Big up the chat and that, but I want to stay on the Champions League. We'll delve into that a bit later. Yeah. But what you saying about the Inter and Barca semi-final? I think this is another interesting one, bro.
I think that stylistically, Inter
are all wrong for them.
Yeah, all wrong for them. Because Barca give you too many chances, and Inter don't need many. You know what I'm saying? They don't need many, and Inter don't give you no chances. They don't give you nothing. Inter and Arsenal are the 2 teams in the competition that, bro, they don't care about style, bro. They're going there to just do what they need to do, innit? And Inter will sit there with their five, and they'll just say, you know what, bruv? You lot are gonna keep wave pressure, quick break, boom, quick transition. In transition, like Barca are vulnerable, bro. They are.
Do you know what it is? I don't rate big up HR14. I don't rate the Taro in it, but you have to credit a man for showing up. I think I've never rated him, bro, but I think if you keep showing up in it, especially this campaign, I think he's 7 or 8 goals in this campaign, and they're not pens and they're not scrubby goals, bro. Like he's doing it against the big teams, innit? I just think, bro, like you said, Inter are all wrong for Barca because this is what I'm saying. I think for a neutral perspective, we all want to see PSG versus Barca because I think
100%. That's what I want to see. Proper football.
But do you know? I actually think the final that will actually happen. I think it will be Arsenal versus Inter, which, bro, I think that might be because remember when we played Tottenham in the final, it was the deadest Champions League final we'll ever watch. I can see Arsenal and Inter being 1-0 either way and being the most stinkiest Champions League final we've ever met because you've got 2 managers that just want to stifle you and 2 managers that don't really like to attack like that. But I think Inter are all wrong for Barca, and I just feel whenever I watch Barca, I watched them against, was it Leganes the other day? They won 1-0. They scored through their own goals. It was the first 90 minutes I watched in a while from them, And to be fair, they were peppering them first half, and they should have been about 2-3-0 up. But Lewandowski, I think, hit the post. Yamal took a shot that went wide. But, bro, Leganes, bro, again, it could have been about 2-3-0 up, or it could have been 3-3. They were giving this team too many chances. I'm like,
they do that.
I look at their back 4. That Araujo brother, I think's good, but only to a certain extent. I still feel like he has that rash moment where he doesn't really think. I think that Balde guy I've not watched enough of. That Eric Garcia, I can only judge him from his time at Barca, but he looks more equipped to La Liga. It's more of a slower pace because he's not the most athletic. But I just look at that. Jules Koundé, bro. I said to Chelsea fans, you lot dodged the bullet because this brother, I just think he's big for nothing, bro.
He's a scrub.
He's a scrub, bro. And you know, like I said earlier in the stream, you can't cuss a fullback for getting like beat by their winger.
But bro, he's a centre back, bro. He's a light-skinned Lindelof, bro. I've been telling these man already. He's like Lindelof. He's just a soft eat, blood. He's a centre back. Bro, they've been playing him right back because he ain't got no authority.
Easily, bro. There was one of the Leganes wingers, Guns will know him, would beat him like 4 times within the first 20 minutes. I was like, bro, this guy's a scrub. And like, it's forget even him getting beat 1v1. His reading of the game don't look all that. Like, he's letting crosses go beyond him, and then the wingers literally receiving it and putting it back in the box. I was like, bro, this Koundé guy's suspect. But I just think I can just see Inter stinking it out the Camp Nou, similar to the Mourinho days, when they stunk it out and then they took them back to San Siro. I can see that happening again. I actually think it's going to be an Arsenal in a final. I know someone just asked me, wait, hold on, how do you think Arsenal are getting past PSG? I just think similar with PSG as well. Even when we played them, yeah, they bossed us over both legs, but I still saw deficiencies in their defense. And I think Saka by then will probably have a month or two under his belt where he's more fitted than he is now. I still don't rate Arsenal's attack, but I just think Arsenal might scrum their way to the final. I can see it. Obviously,
I don't. They didn't. They don't have Alisson in goal. I'll be honest, because if you lot didn't have Alisson in goal, you man would have got put in a dustbin real quick, bro.
For real.
The game would have been done. Like, I'll be real. Like, when I look at this Arsenal team, yeah, I don't think that they have enough to worry about attacking wise, yeah. Because even when I looked at Aston Villa, bro, when you look at Aston Villa in transition, yeah, like they're way more scary, bro. Like when you look at Rashford's pace, you look at Rodgers' pace, you've got Watkins to come on, you got Asensio. Like they're way
Ramsey,
more, even Ramsey as well, bro. Like they're way more scary in transition than Arsenal, bro. In transition, I'm not really scared of them like Villa man for man, bro. Like they got Martinelli who could turn up or he won't. Do you know what I mean? It's only Saka really, and Marino doesn't occupy areas high up. That's gonna really, it's not gonna push PSG back. Do you know what I'm saying? Like they're the kind of team that they leave so much space. You kind of need someone to stretch their minute. You need to, because if they don't have no one to respect going that way, they're going to keep swarming and swarming and swarming. And what I can see is because PSG keep the ball so well and they're so direct, I can see them just pushing Arsenal further back. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, I could just see it like that. And then it's going to be a thing where Arsenal are getting set pieces and little moments to try and disrupt PSG, but I see PSG having waves and waves and waves of pressure.
You know as well. You know I'll bang on as well, because let's say PSG swarm them and Arsenal hit them on a counter. PSG have the personnel to deal with that, because Hakimi and Nuno will literally fly back and catch you as well. Do you know what I mean? And obviously not both will go forward at the same time. One will be a bit deeper than the other.
Usually Hakimi goes and then Nuno will just kind of slide across. They don't both go at the same time.
Yeah, and then vice versa. But I hear that point still. I do hear that point. But do you know what it is, Rant? I just got a weird feeling. Sorry. I got a weird feeling this could be Arsenal's year, bro. And it will make me sick. But I'm liking it to Chelsea's kind of their last Champions League win, where they weren't the greatest going forward with your Mounts and your Havertz and that, but they were just solid. I've been saying this all year, and I've even got pelters from my fan base. Arsenal are the best defensive team in the league. Yes, we won the league, but
they are the best defensive. Yeah, absolutely.
100%. When you play them, like if you do score, it's probably going to be not really the last 6 months, but it might be off a set piece or it might be off a mistake. But like you don't play this Arsenal team and know you're getting minimum, sometimes even a goal. And I think the stats prove I think they've not conceded 3 goals for about 2 years now. But and the thing is, people love the stats thing. Even statistically, I think they've conceded the least goals even in the league. But I just think they're going to nullify a lot of teams like they've done in the Champions League so far. And you made a good point of the Alisson thing, because Raya's no Alisson, and Raya looks like a midget. You've seen him in penalty.
Yeah, bro.
That went to penalty shootouts yesterday.
He's got no aura like in goal, bro. None whatsoever, bro. Do you know what I mean? I just think, when I look at the games, for me, it's like I look at the style of the teams. I look at how the game could go, and the thing is, I can't see Arsenal, keeping the ball as well as they kept it against Real Madrid, because Real Madrid ain't got no runners. Like no one presses in Real Madrid. No one defends like that, bro. When you look at Real Madrid, the front three don't defend, they don't press. And then the Madrid midfield as well. Modric never had no legs in the first leg. And then in second leg as well, Bellingham runs around, but he's not nippy like that. He gallops, you know them ones.
He's not really intelligent. He just run into.
He's not a smart runner. He just crashes into people.
Like you see if you get ball and you press, there's things your top coaches will teach you. When you press quick, but then you give yourself a yard to jockey. Like you don't just run into plays. Where I see Bellingham a lot of times that he won't like he won't pressure someone and then kind of hold his run as he's
Yeah, he
pressuring.
just crashes into
runs
people.
the-
Yeah, he
bro,
crashes into people,
he's
bro.
some
Like,
battering. Bro, you remember the scene from X-Men 3, the last stand, and you got Juggernaut, Vinny Jones and running through
yeah,
walls, bro.
that's what
Bellingham.
man's on, bro. He's just doing up bumper
Bellingham.
cars, bro. Like, this is the thing, and you got to understand, yeah, like the ability to drive your team forward comes from having a midfield that have the ability to keep the ball.
Mm.
That's it. Because even when I look at Manchester United, the reason why we can't get our wing backs forward and we can't sustain pressure on teams and pin them back is because our midfield can't keep the ball.
Yeah.
They
Facts.
can't keep it, bro. And when I look at PSG have 3 midfielders that can all play in the first phase, second and third, bro. It doesn't matter. So they rotate, pick up the ball, and they allow the fullbacks to get forward. It allows their wingers to either invert or stay wide, and then the fullbacks invert. So because of that, I don't think Arsenal can keep the ball long enough here to push PSG back for a sustained period. Do you know what I'm saying? I see PSG having the lion's share of possession over both their legs just because of how their midfields match up. Like Arsenal have got the physicality in midfield from the stature point of view, but on the ball, it's not close. Do you know what I mean? On the ball, Partey's probably the best on the ball, yeah, under pressure, like in those situations. And he's not more technical on the ball than the PSG midfielders.
Facts.
He's not.
And do you know what?
Do you know what I mean? And then Rice definitely isn't, and Erdegaard is a ghost. So unless Erdegaard turns into like the best midfielder in the world, like in this game, and he didn't against old men against Madrid, and I see Camavinga lock him up in the first leg. Second leg, I don't know where he was. So I don't really know, innit? I think the midfield is going to be the most important part of the pitch, determining how the game goes, innit? And I just think that PSG midfield is ridiculous, bro. Like, it's actually ridiculous. It's probably the best midfield 3 in club football.
Yeah. And do you know what as well? Like, on top of what you were saying about them 3 being able to play in the fan, you know, when I watch PSG against us over both legs as well, like, you know, obviously when starting 11s come out, you have your position. But like you said, them 3 were just interchanging, bro. Bettina could play the 8, 6, and 10. Ruiz was playing 8, 6, and 10.
That's the
and
problem.
Was playing 8, 6, and 10. And when
you can't mark them,
when you put all 3 midfielders that can do every role, it's like, how do you deal with that? And it's been evident in most Champions League games. And then I'm seeing some gooners say, yeah, but we already beat them 2-0. Let me give you some context. They had no Kvaratskhelia, and Dembele, I don't even think got on the pitch that game.
Dembele.
So like, and by the way, that's a PSG team. I think that was in September, October. They weren't even in form. I remember start of the season, there was some PSG fans saying, "Is Enrique the right man?" Their form proper took off in 2020.
They had Colomani playing, and he's at Juventus now. A man
exactly.
Over 2 legs.
From 2025, bro. They've been scintillated. They've been like, this is good. And I think the sensible gooners will know this ain't going to be the same PSG as it was September, October, bro. And on top of what you're saying about the 3 midfielders that can play in every phase, they've now got a better attack individually and collectively than Arsenal. You've got Dembele and Kvaratskhelia either side. I can't lie. See this? There's
Doue or Barcola. Either. They should probably play Barcola.
Yeah, they probably will. I feel like Barcola probably has slightly better ball retention than Doue. Doue's probably the more exciting one, but Barcola's better, I think, slightly with the ball at. But I remember me and you speaking about Doue like a month ago, and I'm still not reactionary. He's played very well. I think he's played very well, but I still don't see this Neymar regen and whatnot that people are speaking about, because you'll know, Rants, yeah, there's 2 types of dribblers. There's kick and run, tap it past you and burn you, and there's agile dribblers where they can weave in and out. I've not seen that in Doue. I see Doue kicking it past you, but not really weaving in and out. Like, he's not an agile winger. He's more of a, I'm going to beat you with my pace. And taking no credit. But
also, he just does bare tricks, bro. He just does skills, innit? Like, you know what it is? I think people get gassed because they see man doing the step overs and like reverse elasticos and that. You know the ones like that's what it is. It's exciting for people. It's 5-star skill or FIFA shit. You know what I mean? But it's annoying. I don't like it,
bro. I'm exactly at you, because I've always, even when I kicked ball and I've played with certain wingers that were trickier. It's use your skills effectively. Use your skills to actually beat your man like your Neymar used to do. There's some man who will do skills in space. Sometimes even Anthony when he was at UDOT, where he's doing it when no one's around him. It's like, bro, you're just doing this for the cameras now.
But,
Like,
but that's
you're
Doue,
literally
bro. I'm
just
saying he's trying to get his reels in, bro. I see
Yeah.
man do like, bro. I see man do 6 step overs and the defender's like 5 yards away. It's like, bro, you don't need to be stepping yet.
Yeah, like,
know what I
and
mean?
the thing is, the chat will think I'm cooking him. I've just seen Doue, and like, it's not even a shade on him because, bro, if you're a dribbler, not a dribbler, but if you're like a winger that is more kick and run, and that works for you, cool. That's what I've seen from. There are a few still. There are a few, but that's what there are a few, bro. Not many, but there are a few. But the things with Doue, yeah, I've not really seen him in and out like agile where he's getting out of tight situations. Is more he beats his man with space, which is still calm because the end product's even there from what I've seen. But I'm not gonna overrate him like the masses and say, oh, he's this and that. Like there's man comparing him to Yamal and that, and I'm like, just chill.
Yeah,
like
he's not.
that's
He's
where
not
you just
nowhere
have
near
to.
there.
Yeah, you just have to
Nowhere near
bait
there.
with that one. But you know what? He's still young in it. He'll probably get better in that. And he did cook my crop. He did cook. Woody, I disagree, bro. Like I think he's got mad feet when no one's around him. Do you get it?
Yeah.
But he doesn't have mad feet when people are around him. So far,
I know what you mean, bro. But that's the difference. Yamal can glide when there's 5 Donnies there.
Exactly,
you know them ones
bro,
there. Like
around
this
him.
brother, like he in a 1v1, he might try to do the over like extravagant skill when really just a drop of the shoulders enough. You know them.
Yeah, that's why
like,
I
it's
said
enough.
it's knowing when to
Yeah.
use the skill. Do you know what I mean? It's knowing
Like
when
them kind of skills are supposed to be to get you out of trouble. But he gets himself in trouble with them. Like there was even a time in the game where I said to you lot, yeah, he tried to do a skill, he cut in, yeah, and he got tackled, and it wasn't a foul against Villa, and he got the free kick. But I'm like, brother, like you had the whole right wing, and you decided to run infield, yeah, do a mad skill for no reason, and then you got tackled, and then you rolled around and got the free kick, but you got tackled, like.
Even
You know what I'm
his
saying?
goal against Villa, bro, the first leg, bad boy finish. I'll be real, he wrapped it top bin.
But he was stinking the place out before that. I was like, yo, why did they start him? And then he just wrapped it out of nowhere. I was like, damn.
Bro, me and you see ball in the same way because I literally said to my brethren, yeah, Doue's getting mad hype, but is it just me or he's having an underwhelming game? And what he did, quick, you know what? This is when Rants, they'll be clocked. This is when he didn't use the unnecessary skills and it actually
just got out his feet and banged it
and wrapped it, bro. Do you know what I mean? And I'm thinking, that's what you're good at. Don't be trying to do the stuff for reels and your Insta and whatnot, bro. Just do, because I think in football, yeah, not even football, in life, bro. If you know you're good at something, stick to that. Don't always try and change your game and overcomplicate things because even against Villa, like you said, second leg, I'm seeing him. You get some wingers, yeah. The best wingers could do is you see the Yamals, you see the Messis that do it. Even CR7 at United, where they're so cold, where they'll beat you, they'll wait for you to come back and skin you again.
Again.
Doue was trying to do that against Villa, but what he was doing is he was skinning you, waiting for you, then getting clamped. And it's like,
yeah, bro, it's mad.
You need
to get away,
more.
bro. Yeah, the thing is with him, yeah, it's like I hope that he can mature and get out of his game because he's got mad ability.
Facts.
You know that one. He's got mad ability, bro. But like he's frustrating when I watch him play because most of it is unnecessary, like really unnecessary. Like, and it's like he doesn't go anywhere after he does the skills. That's probably the most annoying thing for me. It's like if you're doing the skill, yeah, there needs to what's the end goal, bro? You know what I mean? The end goal has to be to get past the player. A lot of the time, he does stuff not to get past people. He does skills in front of players, innit? And that infuriates me, bro. So it's one of them things where I think that he's got a lot of ability, but he needs to pick where and when he does these skills, bro. You know what I mean? I see a man receive the ball on the center circle, yeah, and his team now it's 5-4 in aggregate, bro. Just keep possession. Nope. Man put his foot on the ball, spun, done some spinning heel flick thing and lost it. And there's like, I'm like, bro, like, what are you doing? Like, bro, one more goal and they're back in the game, you know, and the stadium's rocking. Just keep the ball in it. Put your foot in it and just pop it off, bro. Man, to try spin and flick and it's lost it. I'm like, brother, why? Like, you just been brought in as a sub, yeah, to try see this game out and you're doing madness.
Yeah. And do you know who he can learn from? Someone that's already in his team. You see Kvaratskhelia, yeah? You wouldn't associate him with being the most skilled. Like, you're not going to see him.
He's mad skillful, but he's not a show pony.
He's efficient, bro. He knows what to do when to. I see Kvaratskhelia, yeah, not do all of the, as you'll say, 5-star skills, but he knows when to shift it. He knows when to drop the shoulder. He knows when to kick it past you on the outside. Kvaratskhelia is very intelligent. That's why, bro, when this PR stuff was briefed that we were interested. Remember that morning where Ornstein and Fabrizio said, I think it was just Ornstein. I was like, bro, snap this guy up now.
He's a monster. You see the goal he scored in the first leg, the fake shot and the soul roll, bro. That thing there absolutely ripped. Hey, bro, centre back's ankles got confiscated, bro. Like that fake shot was mad, bro. And this is what I mean. That's all you need to do is a little fake shot or a little drop of the shoulder. That's it. Not every day spin around and flick the ball. When you do that, it's like people think it looks good, but you lose your bearings when you do stuff like that because you just spun in a full circle and you flick the ball. So the ball's not under your control anymore. So you're just reacting, bro. Like it's mad unnecessary. You're not in control of what's going on when you do stuff like that.
You know what, Rants? I've always said the fake shot is not even a skill, if you know what I mean. But it's the best skill. Does that make sense? So, like, it's not an actual, like, it's not aesthetically pleasing skill where you're flicking it over a man's head or you're doing step overs. But it's the most effective skill because you know what a fake shot does? It buys you time. The amount of times, you see a man do a fake shot and the defender slide past them, and now you got an extra 2 seconds to pick your spot in the goal. I've always said, the fake shot's the most effective shot. And when I was kicking ball to a high level, bro, it was very, very rare that I'll do a fake shot. It's almost a dummy as well. There's rarely where I'll do a fake shot and the defender went full for it. The best defense, I remember actually, I'm gonna big him up now. He plays for I think he's at Wigan now, he's at Hearts. Big up my guy Toby Civic, When we were both playing Sunday League when we were much younger, our 2 teams were like the top, and he's one player I always did the fake shot against, and he never fell for it, bro. So I'm doing a fake shot, he's just jockeying, and I'm like, I actually have to think to get past him. Now, obviously, he's at Hearts, he's doing well at Wigan now. But big up Toby. But other than that, most defenders, you do the fake shot, you're buying yourself that extra 2 seconds.
You just gotta know where to do the fake shot though. It's one of them ones where
it's the most effective.
You have to do it when you do it in the box. Anywhere in the box it works. I don't care, bro.
See,
anywhere in the box it works, bro. I can't lie. The fake shot works every time in the box. But man have to sell the fake shot though. You have to sell it, bro. Like man have to throw the arm back, everything, bro. Like, bro, Giggsy used to do it the best, bro. But Giggs used to just be down there, used to pull the arm back like he's gonna cross the ball and then just touch it, nutmeg, 3 man's legs gone, bro. You have to sell it, bro. Like bare man just think, oh yeah, I'm gonna fake the shot. Nah, bro. Man you have to fully wind up like you're rassing it. You know them ones, and then just roll, boom.
I saw Adam Lallana do it. Sometimes he used to overdo it for us, but Adam Lallana will have you sliding, bro. You know who done it the best?
Hey, Lallana was on madness.
Madness, bro.
Hey, Mahrez is still the GOAT, blood. He's still the GOAT. I don't care. Mahrez's thing is nasty.
It's crazy. Do you know who else done it cold? And when he flicked over the keeper, the Ozil goal. When Arsenal Champions League.
Yeah. That was against Ludogorets. That goal was nuts.
2-man sliding, bro.
Yeah, it was, bro. I see. You need to see that in slow motion, bro. I swear, I think I still got that saved on my Insta reels, blood. The slow motion thing. I just see man sliding like that, and Ozil just lifted it over. Maddest thing.
Do you know what it is, bro, as well, with the fake shot? Do you know why it's most effective in the box? It's because that's where defenders are panicking the most. They're like, oh my God, they're as close to our goal as possible. We're panicking. So that's when they're most frantic. That's why I always say the best one. Like, for example, Saliba yesterday, you see the thing where Mbappe went back into trouble, If Mbappe fake shot it and went back on the inside, I think Saliba's so intelligent that he doesn't go to ground. A lot of the dumb defenders just go to ground straight away, and then you've got a clear sight. You don't even have to shoot. You might lay it off to someone else. Do you know what I mean? You don't necessarily even have to. Robinho had a cold one as well, a very cold one.
Yeah, but the thing is, a lot of men just don't make it realistic, bro. Because what people need to understand is the mechanics of the fake shot. Everything about it needs to be the same as a shot until the final moment. And the problem is, man try to do fake shots, but the ball's still under their feet. You have to get the ball out from under your feet, like you're actually gonna strike the ball. So it don't look realistic because bare man are like pulling and doing like the fake thing, but it's like, bro, the ball's under your feet, you ain't shooting. You know the ones there, like you gotta take that touch out of your feet and open your body up, and that's when the fake shot works, innit? That's why Mahrez's thing was crazy. And even Iron Robin as well, because they would touch the ball, and open their body up this way. and then they pull the fake, and then they're going back down the outside, but their body's facing here. So they've gone from here to here, bro. You know them ones. So
But we
man have
clocked as well.
really sold the thing, bro. You have to sell it, bro.
I've clocked as well. It's the lefties that do it the best. Have you
Yeah,
noticed?
but that's because their thing's just cracked. That's why, bro. Their thing's cracked, man. Because everything's like, bro, everything's on the other side, bro. Like, be real, that this is just how it is. It just looks better because it's just happening on the other side. Because Varashellia's one that he did, was nasty, bro. And I remember, I think Aubameyang hit one against Chelsea in the cup. Do you remember? I think it was.
Yes.
Who was he? Yes. Who was it? It was the youth that went to West Ham, innit?
That was dirty.
It was the youth that kicked the cat or something. What's
Zuma. Yeah.
Brother,
and
that fake shot, he killed Zuma. Yeah.
There's I think Don always speaks to me about that. You hear Jorginho shouting, Zuma.
He killed him, bro. And then he did the keeper, That goal was so sick because the fake shot, like, bro, Aubameyang's right-footed and everyone thinks he's definitely taken it on his right, bro.
Right, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That's why I didn't even blame the defender because it's like, you did everything right and you got killed. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, you got killed, bro. And it's one of them ones where defenders are always going to respond to the shot. They're always going to. This is why Dembele does it the most in the box. Usman, bro. He always goes down the outside, fake shot, cuts in, and it always works. Even Mbappe scores goals like that as well. He loves that, like down there, fake shot. But because his touch is so loose, it don't always work. But he loves the fake shot. When you're in a box,
and he'll put it near post. He'll normally put it near post as well. I remember Chata reminded me, Benzema done it to us. I think it was at Anfield. Dirty, bro. And I think who was it that he dropped? I don't think it was our other centre back playing at the time. It might have been Gomez, but Ben's dropped out. That was dirty. That was a 5-2 game. I remember that still. But yeah, bro, the fake shot, I've always said it's the most effective skill, and it's not even a skill like that, bro. But it will buy you. You know, for any footballers in the chat, that are young and might be watching this, your next game, especially if you're forward, if you're a midfielder, you can do it because I saw Iniesta do it bare. And the next thing you know, he's past you and he's gone. But if you're watching this chat and you're especially a winger or a striker, use a fake shot. But like Rants said, you have to exaggerate. You really have to sell it because if you don't sell it enough, they'll just still be on their feet. But do it in your next game and see if it buys you more time and you get the shot off or you score or you assist. I bet next week some of you will be saying, "Rah, like man, listen to you and done it," because that was my favorite. I'll be real, Rants. I remember you saying you were very skillful. I wasn't the most skillful winger, but bro, I just knew how to use my head.
But the thing is, you don't even need bare skills here. You just need. My thing was, I just need half a yard, innit?
Yeah.
Like literally, when I scored my first goal, when I went out to Sweden, it was exactly that, bro. I received the ball in the box, took a touch with my right foot, fake shot, and just flicked it onto my left and just passed it in, bro. And that's it.
Do you know who does it bare? Do you know who does it bare? One of the players you coached. And he's playing for John Terry's team, Somalian.
Yeah, Sack. Yeah,
he does it. Obviously,
it's the futsal thing. That's why that's the fake shot. The fake shot and the roll, bro. Like, and Camilo does it as well. Both of my futsal boys do it. Like, it's a skill used in futsal a lot, bro.
Sack did it the other day, bro. You know how that 5G stuff. Someone slid and
they're losing skin on your leg and that. You know.
Yeah, bro. You remember that Kieran Clark? He's in there. He used to play for Aston Villa. Bro, he left. I think it was game week 1. Bro, my guys are getting thrown in as wild cards.
Yeah, because I seen his name pop up. That Kieran Clark.
Yeah, bro. Both his knees were red, bro. Like red. That he had skin off both of his, and it's like, bro, you can't be sliding on that.
Because the thing is, that copper box. We used to play futsal games in there, and they play basketball in there, so it's a hard floor under that. You know, bro. Even though they've put that over the top, that floor, must be horrible to play on. Your knees must be absolutely battered on.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Rants. They built that for cycling for London 2012, innit? Originally.
Yeah, probably Velodrome would have been in there. Yeah.
It was the Velodrome, and then they changed it into
that. Yeah.
Because they've even had a few boxing. I went to see Yard and Arthur.
Yeah, Yard fought there. Yeah.
Couple years ago. But yeah, man, like the fake shot, you lot just use that next time. But bro, we need to speak about your club, bro, because I think, by the way, I'm gonna say this from now. I think you're going through tonight because I don't know what your opinion of Leon were. I thought there was a lot of gas about them.
I think that they're rubbish, man.
Yeah, bro,
they're rubbish as well, bro. Like, this is just what it is. I think they're crap. I just think we're crap too.
Do you know how I saw it? Yeah, I actually saw half time being a positive for you because I thought, hold on, United can't get any worse because Xerxes not on the pitch yet. The minute Xerxes went off the pitch, shit, Sherlock, you lot score a good goal and you look like you actually threaten him. Because don't get twisted, Cherky, I know you're a big fan of Cherky, but I still think he had a quiet game till the goal. Who's that Mitz Calders? I don't know. I'm gonna butcher his name. He played across the game.
I know who you're talking about. I don't know how
he looked cold, bro. I think
he looked like the best player.
Yeah, he looked like the best player. Even Tolisso running it back because I think he must be in his late 30s now.
Tolisso's an OG, bro, but he done his thing.
Yeah, for me, he was. If anything was to happen, it was kind of through him. I know they had that Almada winger. That's the first time I ever watched him, but I know he had a lot of hype for the game. But I thought if United just had a bit more quality, you probably beat them comfortably. I weren't moved by Leon. And one thing about you lot, even though you're not good right now, there's something about Old Trafford. Like I can just see you lot scumming a win.
I can see a scumbag in it, but I'm not
confident. You can't be confident going into any game. You can't be confident, especially with your quality. And you know what? Remember the last time he streamed, I was kind of giving Amarin some slack. Like, you know what, Rants, I hear, but let him get his plays. It's like now because now you're doing the same things. You're starting. This is just an example. You know Xerxes better than Højlund, yet you're still persistent to start with Højlund. That now I'm looking at you like you're just making dumb decisions now, and then you're complaining that. To be fair, he does take accountability, but some United fans that are backing him are saying, yeah, but it's not him, it's the players. He picks the team. He fills the team. So he's setting himself up. And I didn't see it like that at first. I'm like, you know what? You're digging your own grave. But as for tonight, I think it will be a goal fest. I just think you're going to see two teams that can't really defend. But I think your home advantage gets you through. I can see a high score, maybe like a 3-2 United. But I think Ahmad being back in training, I think he's doing individual running is good for you. Xerxes being out for the rest of the season is a big blow now because now I'm looking at Højlund starting and Garnacho, and you're just going to be firing blanks all evening. So
yeah, but we're cooked, bro, because you know what's so funny, yeah? Xerxes went from being a guy that everyone was disrespecting, to you could see like the response to him getting injured. And actually, the reason I wanted to speak about this because I saw a tweet earlier and it pissed me off. You know them ones there, and it pissed me off, because it was one of these Man United accounts, bro, and it was something about Xerxes. You know them bullshit ones. It was like, oh, Xerxes out for the season, like here are his stats from the debut season, and like, oh, rate his first season out of 10, bro, and they're like, oh, 48 appearances, 7 goals, 3 assists, and I'm like, hold on a minute, bro. First of all, how many of them appearances, were starts?
Exactly.
How many of them appearances were even up front? Do you know what I mean? I seen a brother put in the chat saying, oh, no, them numbers ain't good enough for Man United striker. Bro, he hasn't been playing up front for us. You know them way there, bro. The guy has played, probably 75% of his games for us, especially under this manager. Not up front, bro. And he hasn't started most of them either. Like, literally, Xerxes got a run of like 2-3 starts for the first time, the other day, mate. So he hasn't been playing. So, you know them way there. So the fact that, one, you're judging him as a striker when he's not playing up front. 2, you're trying to put out his appearances and his stats together to try and make it out, like Xerxes' performances can be quantified by numbers, because they can't. Because if his performances were all about numbers, we're not going to miss him then.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? We're not going to miss him then. Like, if that's how you're going to put, bro. The reason why, collectively, a lot of Man United fans were like, oh shit, we're fucked when Xerxes got injured, is because we understand that what he gives us, can't be quantified by GA. You just need to watch him play football.
Facts.
You just need to watch him play football. And this is why I ain't got no time for this GA stuff, bro. It's bollocks.
I never do. But bro, you see Xerxes, he's the linchpin to everything you do. Whenever I watch United, the only one stringing people into play, bringing others into play. One thing I love about attackers is when you can attract, you're like a magnet. You can attract players to make space for other players, right? Xerxes does that to a T. And I now look at tonight, Garnacho and Højlund will fire blanks. Tonight's going to be a Bruno game where he might not play well, but he'll get that scumbag penalty, or you'll get that long range
I
shot.
can see a Bruno penalty tonight. That's
Yeah.
I think that's what might be our thing tonight still.
Not even just that, Rant. I can see a Bruno long ranger where he just puts it out of his feet and he puts it top bin. I can see it. I can actually envision it now. I think Bruno's probably going to get a brace or something. Or he'll win you the tie tonight. But I just look at this United team going forward and just thinking,
I can't even be confident in that. I'll be real. Like in the Bruno's been at United for like 3-4 years, yeah. And in big games like this, bro, he don't usually score, bro. So I can't hold my hopes on that. Like, I'll be real,
right.
I can't, bro.
You're right.
In big games like this, he doesn't really do nothing. Like, I'll be real, he doesn't. Like, not in the big ones. Not in the do or die games. He doesn't really. Like,
you know what, Ranch?
History doesn't really show me that in the do or die games, unless it's a penalty, I don't expect man to do anything. And that's not even no slight on him, but that's his legacy so far.
You know what, yeah? There's one player, like, I don't know. I don't think me and you've even ever really rapped about him like that. But what's your opinion on Doue, bro? Because I think your fan base can be harsher. That's a fullback, personally, that I actually rate. Because even a Newcastle game, yeah,
he would look good playing for you lot, bro. He won't look good playing for us, you know them ones there, bro.
Do you not rate him?
He's tall, he's got pace, and he can get up and down the flank. If he was playing for Liverpool, he would look decent. But for us, bro, as a right back, I like him. As a wing back, he's been awful, bro.
That's
but,
what I was
bro,
gonna
last
say.
season he was our best player. I've been saying it, bro. Like, it's not that I don't think that there's a player there. I just think that he's limited, bro. And in the wing back system, it exposes all his limitations, all of them.
Do you know what it is, Rance? The weekend, yeah, I was seeing him. He done it about 3 times. He would get the ball and he's breaking through the middle, but then he's got scrubs like Hoyland and flipping Garnacho that can't finish their dinner. Well, the irony is Garnacho did score, but I don't think he meant that, bro. I think it was more of a hit and hope thing. Like, I don't think he actually
Which one?
put it right in the corner. Garnacho's goal, but bro, I saw Doue breaking out. I was like, bro, this is the only way United look like scoring is through this guy, bro. And he broke a couple times. I'm like, I don't know. You lot know your club better than me. I don't watch every United game. I watch the majority, but I'm not going to lie and say I watch every game. But Doue always looks lively to me. But you're right. I've always said when you do the free,
he has attributes, bro, but he can't play wing back, bro.
Fair.
He cannot play wing back.
Right back, I've seen him do this thing a lot of the time. And it's like whenever I watch him, he gives no less than a 7. I'm like, raw, like United fan, and he's got. Let's be honest, he's got the odd goal in. I don't think he scored a lot this season.
No, but he can score a banger though. Dallow's got that cut in, and he can score a banger. But you know what it is, yeah. I just think, yeah, that genuinely the wingback system has killed Doue in it. Last season he was really good. That's the reason why with him, like I'm quite balanced with my criticism of him, because like I know in a back 4, like I trust him in a back 4. He's not better than Maz, but I trust him in a back 4. But my problem with him is in this wingback system, it's like, how can you be so limited, bro? Like, it's like he just lacks intelligence to do stuff that I interpret as basic things, bro. Do you know what I mean? But I don't know. A lot of these footballers they're not smart, bro. And I don't like footballers that aren't smart. They piss me off, bro.
You know, another one as well. You called it from early, but you know what we were saying about Jude? Just not being an intelligent presser, just running into you and not actually getting close to you and then jockeying and seeing what you're going to do and making you think. Your guy is another one, bro. I've been watching him recently, just running into.
He's awful, bro. He looks like a mouse, blood. You know when you see mice just running and just slapping their head off the wall and that. This is what that man just run like, and they're just slapping off the board and that, bro. That's how Ugarte plays, bro. Just like a mouse, bro. Just very frantic and just bouncing everywhere.
Bro, he's just running everywhere, just crashing in, bro. I think it was the Lyon game. Was it Lyon game? Yeah, it was the Lyon game, bro. First 3 minutes, bro. You don't need to be. Maybe you want to let them know you're there. You know that old-fashioned saying. But he just ran into man. I think he got. What was the game? You will know as well. Right? It was either Newcastle or Lyon, because I watched both your last 2 90s. Yeah, he got an early yellow and he just ran into man for no. I think it might have been the Newcastle game. It might have actually been the Newcastle game.
It was the Newcastle game. He got booked like in the first 10 minutes or something like that, bro. He's mental,
man. It's like,
bro, they love him though. Like the fans love him. Like they think
I know,
that's
and I don't get why.
They think that's football, man. They think that's football. This is what they think. You know what it is, yeah? Like, when Kante used to play, yeah, the difference between Kante and Ugarte was that Kante could run like Ugarte, but he had a football brain. He could actually read the danger. Ugarte just runs everywhere. Do you know what I mean? He's just busy for being busy, bro. Like, he's not smart and he can't use the ball well. Like, if Ugarte had a football brain, he would be one of the most valuable midfielders in world football, bro, because he's got an insane engine and he's very durable. Like, but he's so thick, bro. Like, it's ridiculous. He's an idiot. You know the ones there? Like, he's an idiot, bro. This man plays like
he's a dunce, bro.
He plays like there's nothing going on up here. Like, he's just like I don't know, man's got white noise in his head when he's running around.
He's the Darwin Núñez of the DM.
Yeah, bro.
He's just not thinking that nothing's really upstairs, bro.
Man can just hear the belt running on the treadmill in his head, bruv. Like, that's all man can hear, bro. Man's just hearing treadmill noise. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and you know, he's just putting the incline up.
Yeah, bro, he's just running, brother. Man, just hearing the beeps, blood. Like, he's just hearing the treadmill belt just go round and round and round. There's nothing going on up there, bro. The guy is awful. Like,
do you know what? Yeah, I remember when we were linked to him on the clock, and you know, the minute a player can run, it's like it's autopilot. Yeah, he can play in Liverpool team. Yeah, he can play in Liverpool team. But one thing I got to give Ronaldo, Hendo, and Fabinho. They're not the most aesthetically pleasing midfield, but they were all hard workers, but they were intelligent with it. Like, the amount of times Henderson gets a lot of slack for his technical ability, but whenever Trent would go forward, he'll know when to drop back,
Henderson was way more technical than people make out, bro. I can't lie, bro.
It's true.
When I see the way some of these men were talking about Jordan Henderson, like I was watching there was that show that Gunnar was on the other day with the man them there, and they were talking about Declan Rice, and one of the guys said that he's like a Jordan Henderson, and he is. And man were trying to make out like, but it's a diss, bro. Jordan Henderson, not as only as Jordan Henderson won way more than Declan Rice will ever win, but bro, Jordan Henderson, man, need to remember that Jordan Henderson at Sunderland when he was coming through, he was one of them star boys, blood. Like, man was looking at Hendo. Like, bro, them man were looking at Jordan Henderson like, yo, like, this guy was scoring long ranges and that he could strike a football. Jordan Henderson, he was strong, physically fit, and could strike a football. And it's the same as Declan Rice. Declan Rice ain't as strong as Henderson, but he's got an engine and he can strike a ball. Like, they're the same player.
But do you know what it is, bro? Do you know what it is? The thing is with, you know, when a big voice in football says something, it sets a narrative and people run with it. Do you know why people start to discredit Henderson? Remember when Fergie said something in his book, like, I would have signed him, but he just run. You lot all know. I don't know the quote word for word verbatim, right? But Fergie said something about Henderson, and then it infiltrated because Fergie's like holier than thou. People think he's, you know what I mean? They're gonna listen to that, and that narrative will stick. So, and especially that he signed for us being your arch rival. Bare people be like, Henderson went this and that, but I saw him at Old Trafford play outside of the ball, of Travella, and whatnot. He wasn't the most, but people act like he wasn't.
Nah, he was. They're going like he was a scrub on the board. Yeah, he wasn't. He could strike a football. He had a good understanding of the game, and he had a great engine, bro. And he had physicality. You know the ones like this. That's what he had, bro. He wouldn't have been playing in that Liverpool team for as long as he was.
He did, exactly.
If man was just had nothing, like, bro, he could play a bit. Like, he wasn't amazing, but he could play a bit, bro. And you're right, like, people control the narrative on ballers. Them man done it to Heskey. Them man done it to Andy Cole as well, bro. Like, Andy Cole is one of the most prolific strikers to ever play in this country, and no one ever talks about him because he's been rubbed out so many times, The Glenn Hoddle saying he needs 5 chances to score a goal and that, that stuck with him for his whole career, bro.
And that's why when man went on Filthy and crashed out, he had some people saying, who does he think he is? No, he needs to back himself because you're telling me what he's the second highest. And you know what? Forget just his goals, Rants. I didn't see him in his prime. I weren't alive and whatnot, but you can go back and research. He didn't want just a bags, man. Man had technique as well. Man could bring up his into play. He was cold, bro. And there's no shock why him and York were benching Solskjaer and fucking Sheringham.
Sheringham was a baller as well.
Exactly. You know Sheringham was a baller at the time, like, especially when I've gone back and done my research. So when he's gone on filth and he's backing himself, like, I get so disrespected. I don't know why half these nines aren't better than me. And man are saying, who does he think he is? No. He deserves to speak like that because it wasn't just United he was crashing it. It was Newcastle
crashed it, bro.
Like, So listen, some would argue, like when I speak to my uncles and whatnot, like his peak season when he won the treble, but his next best season might have been his last season at Newcastle.
At Newcastle, yeah.
I think Fergie's even come out and said that
30
last
odd goals,
season,
yeah.
yeah, bro. He was like, that's when I knew how to sign him. That season was electric, and his best one obviously was the 99 one. But yeah, bro, going back to the Ugarte thing, when we were linked with him, and I was like, we dodged a bullet because I can't lie, Rants. I did want him. I watched a few sporting games. I see what he done at the Emirates. I was like, yeah, he could fit in our system, but like sometimes you sign players and they're not what you think they were. And he just doesn't seem intelligent, bro. It just you know what he reminds me of, the Tasmanian devil, like he's just running everywhere, like no thought with it. He's just running. So yeah, man. But as for tonight, I think you man will do it. As for Spurs, I think they're going to get battered. Personally,
yeah, so do I. I think Spurs are going out. This is when the riots begin, bro.
Yeah, word. I can see a 3-4-0 or a 4-1. There'll be a 3-goal margin. I think that Nketiah, I don't know how to pronounce that brother. Yeah, I've not watched enough of him, but from what I've seen, there does look a player there. I can't give my thought.
I think he's got fundamentals. I think he's got a base that, do you know what I mean? The right team, if they nurture it, they could build on that.
He was at PSG, you know.
I know. He would have fit in now. The way they're playing now,
yeah, it's true.
I mean,
bro.
He would have fit the way they play now, bro. They probably like someone like him, someone with a box presence. Do you know what I'm saying?
His still there. His guts is still there. I swear he might have, maybe he cut last year. Chat, let us know. I think Mario Götze is still there because I know last season he had somewhat a decent season, but I can't remember if he's still there. Let us know in the chat. But yeah, man, Frank, and the things with them, they've got a little bit of pedigree because didn't they win it a couple years ago? I think didn't they have Crystal Palace's coach? Yeah, I think Glasgow was.
Glasgow won the European Cup with them.
Yeah, so they got a little bit of pedigree in the Europa League, but I think Spurs, this is the nail in the coffin. I wouldn't even be surprised because I've said, I think your board and Tottenham's board are waiting to see how Amorim and Ange can do in Europa League. I think this is the last chance to loon, bro. And I think you lot progress, which will give Amorim time. Because let's be honest, you don't care about the league, bro.
But what happens if we don't, Roms? If we lose tonight, surely he's got to get sacked. He has to, bro. He's got to go.
Thing is with Amorim, he'll have his luck. He will see out the season, and they have to leave him in Germany, bro. They have to leave him in Frankfurt, bro. Because that's it for him. That's it for Ange, bro. But Amorim will see out the season, and I think he should be sacked in the summer. But yeah, man, I think both your boards are just waiting to see what you do European wise because, bro, you're probably gonna have your worst ever season, your lowest season. I don't know where your next win's coming from in the league. Spurs are going to hit 20 league losses. I think they're on 18 now. They need 20 league losses for them. That is insane, bro.
How can you not get relegated after losing 20 games?
Because the other three are just so bad.
Yeah, it's mad.
If this was any other season, Spurs are playing in the Championship next year. I'm telling you. Spurs are playing in the Championship. I wouldn't go as far to say you lot, because you lot will still just do enough to maybe you lot will survive on the last day type of thing. Do you know what I mean? But Spurs would be playing Championship last season. But Ipswich, Southampton, and Leicester, that man can't buy a win. Them three can't buy a win. So it's one of them one. 17. I swear it's not 17 because it was 17 couple weeks ago. But even if it is 17. Spurs will end the season on 20 league losses. I'm not saying it's 20 now, but they're a couple league losses away. They've got to play us. They've got to play Forest. I think in a couple days. I don't even know the rest of their running, but I know they got tough games. there. And I'm telling you now, they'll definitely lose into us. So you might as well, if it's 17, just make that 18 from now. But yeah, bro, it's crazy. But yeah, you two, I think you lot make the semis. Spurs get emphatically beat tonight. And yeah, I think Ange will be sacked. I think Ange will probably be sacked before the weekend because I don't know what's going on with it. We know Spurs don't win stuff, but bro, there's a certain standard, bro, and they're just abysmal. They are actually
their team's crazy, bro. They just need to scrap the season at this point.
Word, bro. They literally just need to scrap it. But yeah, man. Quickly on the Van Dijk news, I said Rants, Salah and Van Dijk extending or not are the difference between us battling for top 4 next season and potentially retaining it. Now, For
You
us
still
to
need to add to it though.
100%. But now
Mm.
remember, this team isn't in Slot's design. It's just in his tactics. Like, these aren't his players, right? And that's why this season for me has been impressive. Yes, the standard of the league isn't what it once was, but I think if he can add in his technician, because Slot only wanted one player in the summer in Zubimendi, and he didn't get him. So he probably saw it like, I'm not gonna bring in players for the sake of it. I'm gonna work with what I have. But I think Kirkez, I think, will get done. Him and Sabozla speak every day. I think they got the same agent. He's liking bare play stuff. I don't normally delve too much into that stuff, but I think that is
Yeah,
one
but
that'll
that
get
seems
done.
like it's already done. Yeah.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? I think we need 4 starters, potentially 5. I think we need a striker, left winger, DM, centre back, left back, and for me, actually, a right back. But we're not going to do that. We're going to promote, because Bradley, right, for me, he should be the understudy still. He shouldn't be the starting right back for us. And I might get corned for this. I think he's quality, but he's not week in, week out to be starting
Yeah,
yet.
he's not ready
Not for
week
me.
in, week out. I hear it.
And you know what's worrying, Rants? For his age, he's picked up a lot of injuries already. That's never a good sign. Like, I think he's had 2 hamstring injuries. So for me, we need to sign about 6 players. No, my club will probably sign half of that, right? But I think if Slot can add his own ingredients to this team, that's already good. With Van Dijk and Salah extending, I think we can retain it, because I think Arteta's a good cup manager. You've seen he's won the FA Cup. I know recent years he hasn't, but I feel like knockout football, with the way he sets his Arsenal team up,
Oh yeah,
can be
yeah,
very
yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's
beneficial
a
to him.
one-off game thing. He sets his
Yeah,
team up.
one off
Yeah.
game thing's mad. But over a 38 game season, I still say this: Arteta's not the guy to win them. I think if Arsenal want to win the Premier League, they still need to get someone else. The Champions League, you could win. Domestic cups, you could win with him. But I still don't think Arsenal can win the league with Arteta, regardless who they sign. City, I don't think people are deep in how big City's rebuild is. I know they got Pep and all that, but bro, if Crystal Palace, this is why I wish their 3rd goal weren't offside. If Crystal Palace made that 3-0, bro, City aren't coming back. For me, City aren't coming back on the weekend, bro. But I just think we're the most primed to win this Premier League again if we add the right additions, because the nucleus is there. Apparently, there's talk Kanate is going to sign an extension as well. Like, I do think if Slot can get at least, I want 6 starters, but you can't always get what you want. I reckon if we can get at least 3 or 4 starters, that players that he wants, I think we can retain this, man. I genuinely think we can retain this, because I think Salah's changed his game where he's more of a facilitator now. And I've said my thing with him the other day was him just not doing it in finals, but in the league he shows up every week. His numbers are there. Van Dijk for me is still one of the most. For me, still is the best. I know Saliba and Gabriel have come to the fore in that, but they're still not him. The thing is, there's certain little things people aren't picking up on. They're just looking at Van Dijk getting ripped by Meniz, Isaac, and I think it was someone else. He got ripped by at least 3 men within the space of the week. But his box defending and the little clearances and that, people aren't looking at them type of things. Because there's a lot of games we would have lost more if it weren't for Van Dijk, bro. But for me, he's still the best. I just think we need to add in other areas, because Slot wants that DM, that Slot wants a kind of Agate, but with the technical ability. And if we're being honest, Gravenberch just had
Bro,
a very
everyone
good
wants an Agate with technical ability. They
technical
don't
ability,
exist.
literally, bro. And I think Gravenberch, he's had a very good season. The last month or 2, he has fallen off a bit, but he's still not that crasher. Like, he's not gonna crash you. And I think that's why Slot wants a player that is very technical and can crash you. And I think once he gets that, I think you'll see us go to another level. But we just need to be smart this window. We need to be very smart. But I think we could. Yeah. Iplama literally said one of the names I want. I think Baleba's that guy.
Baleba is cold, yeah.
But one thing I will say about Baleba, though, I do think he's still a bit ill-disciplined. Rant, sometimes he's just making needless fouls and crashing into man from what I've seen. But I think Slot will iron that out of his game. I think once he's at a bigger club, them things, then put it like this, them things are manageable. I think them things can be ironed out of his game. But you know what Brighton are on? Brighton are going to extort us as well, because I swear that he's only been at their club for like a year or 2. So yeah, big up what the chat are saying. They're probably going to charge what minimum 80 mil for him. But yeah, bro, I think we can retain it if we make the right additions. Rants. Arteta ain't the guy for me to win the league, and City's rebuild is massive. People just think because it's Pep, yeah, it's a foregone conclusion they're just going to come back and win this league. They need a lot of
No, they got a lot to do, bro. They got a lot to do. Because what they're losing, they can't replace, bro.
Literally, bro. So it'll be interesting next season. But when you got the ownership that I have, and they're trying to do this multi-club
Yeah,
thing
bro.
now,
You can't. Yeah, you
you
can't.
can never get to.
Yeah,
You
you
can
can't
never
get
get too
complacent. You don't
excited.
know what they're gonna do,
Man said, don't forget the Chelsea. Listen, you lot got the players, but
brother. You man ain't even
yeah,
getting Champions League spot, bro. You got other things
right.
to worry about. You know
Yeah,
them way there, bro. It's crazy, bro. Europa, and you would have got Europa by winning this Conference League anyway, bro. So either way, you was there. You know,
right.
don't.
Even this conference league, I don't even know if they're 100% even winning this, bro. I'm gonna keep it a fuck with you.
Nah, I don't think they're that bad.
Listen, they probably will win it, but just don't be surprised if a better sin that butt them and you're like, you know what, they just dump Chelsea. I think they can only play them in the final, but a better
Mm,
from Fiorentina. This Chelsea team, yeah, because obviously I know you rap with Don about it a lot.
mm.
I just look at them and think you create so many. I think it was 30 something shots in their last game. They just can't hit the back of the net, bro. Like they just can't hit the back of the net. And bro, goals win these games. It's so simple. Goals win games. If you're not hitting the back of the net, the other team's liable to always score, bro. And the other team's liable to always get a result, as you saw with Ipswich at the weekend. I can't believe they drew that game, bro. I couldn't believe it. But, but bro, yeah, I think you're being sarcastic, but yeah, I'm not worried. I overrated you. That's another thing I have to take accountability for. I thought you lot were a shoo-in for top 4, bro.
Yeah, so did I. Because
Yeah,
of how they started. Do you know what I mean? But
word, bro. And the
bro, it's how you
personnel they
finish.
were bringing in, it was crazy. It was crazy, bro. But yeah, I got egg on my face with that one. You lot got work to do. United got work to do. I
City
think
got work to do.
exactly, and I would have said Newcastle might, because I think they get top 5 now, and I'll say with right additions, but I still think I think Isaac stays, but I think Bruno, Newcastle fans
Yeah,
want to hear this. I still think he might be on his way this summer, bro. I
yeah,
still
I
think he
think
will.
so.
Isaac stays, in my opinion. I think you know what
I think he's
Ronaldo
priced himself out.
yeah, but not even a stat. I think he's priced himself because I think their owner of the PIF said that's my player. Like, I don't really mind if you entertain offers for anyone else, but him, I want him to stay. Like, I don't sell him at all costs, and I just think Rants, he'll give that kind of honorary year. You see what Hazard did with Chelsea and
Yeah,
CR7
same
did
with
with you lot.
Ronaldo.
Just give that extra year. I can see Isaac potentially leaving, but you know what? There's me saying he will leave the following summer, but let's say Newcastle mount a title challenge and he looks around and says, "Hold on, like." Let's say we add to what we already had and we're proper going for the league and we're consistently in Champions League. You never know. You could probably just end up seeing in the next 2-3 years. You never know what's going to happen in ball, bro. Things change so quickly, so quickly, bro. So
Yeah,
yeah, but
facts.
I think Bruno might still be on it, regardless what happens with Newcastle. I think Bruno Guimaraes be the one that cuts still. I think your Isaacs, your Gordons, and whatnot, them man will stay.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
man.
saying? So yeah, man. Yeah, man. Big up everyone. Lit show. Do you know what I'm saying? Early doors. I mean, make sure we get these lights up. What you got coming up for the week anyway, my bro?
Right, so I got a show on LB's channel now. That we're gonna start in the next 5-10 minutes. On man's channel, Football Verbal, we've done ever since the KDB news, we did top 10 midfielders since 2010. That was actually quite interesting. So you're not gonna hear Lampard, Gerrard, by the way, since 2010 in it, which it was an interesting debate. But that dropped. We got another episode dropping tonight. So yeah, man, couple things in the pipeline this week.
So what has LB? Where's the show? He doesn't look like he scheduled it.
He should though. We just messaged man to say.
Oh yeah, I hear it. It's
Yeah,
yeah. I found it. I found it.
yeah.
No, I'm
But
saying so.
yeah, man,
Yeah, I
that's what
redirect these lot over there. So that.
yeah, no, I love for that. But yeah, that's what I've got on this weekend is man, just gonna enjoy tonight. You know what it is? The Premier League season's kind of just dead and buried now. For me, it's a bit anticlimactic until the parade because this was done and dusted for a long time. So like, don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted that I'm still gassed to win the title, but when you do things early, it kind of takes away the excitement just a bit. It's kind of anticlimactic. Win, but the day of the parade will be mad. But Premier League season's dead other than the top 5 race. That race is actually going to be mad, that because everyone's just inconsistent there. But yeah, bro, I'm just going to enjoy the rest of the week and that. And Obviously, the boxing, Whitaker's on Sunday as well against the
Bruv,
other guy.
Whitaker is training with my guy Andy Lee now, blood. So I expect him to.
Yeah, so you're expecting a clinic, dude.
Yeah, I'm expecting to box his head off now.
On a side note, Rants, the amount of fights we got this summer, us boxing fans, we're laughing.
Hey, bro, we're laughing, bro. And I just see Shushu signed with Turkey as well, blood.
Yeah,
and Thingy and Davis as well.
But Shakur fell out of Turkey. You see that?
No, yeah, but I seen Shakur post today saying that they're cool. They sorted it out. It was just it was a misunderstanding and that.
And even the Bar and Usyk, bro. Apparently July 12th. I think they're at the final stages. So and then Eubank next week, bro.
That's what I'm saying, bro. And fingers crossed, I should be fighting in July as well.
Yes, that's the main one, bro. You know, when Rants fights, you're gonna smoke this little. I don't know,
bro. But yeah, I should be fighting in July. Like, do you know what I'm saying? So I should find out in the next week, innit? But like, yeah, bro, I'm just waiting for the paper to get sent over, bro. I'm waiting for the contract, bro. So
you know what I want to see as well, though? I know he's your brother because he'll smoke him. Pound sterling against Young Spray.
Hey, bro, Sterling, bro, he's a bad man. He's a bad man, you know.
Word. I know that's your guy, isn't it? So,
yeah, that's my brother. You get me? He's a real bad man, though. He's dangerous. Man's on the MMA thing. You know what? He's a dangerous brother, you know. And it's like the thing is, man, don't understand. Yeah, like not only is he a dangerous brother, yeah, but it's like he's strong, blood. Like you know, them was like man don't understand. Yeah, it's like man say it's one thing being able to fight, but you know when genetically, you're just a wedge anyway, like. You know them was like it's crazy. Bro.
Whenever I watch Winners podcast, he just looks too big for the.
He's one, bro. This Bray, this Bray is about. He must be about 15 stone at least, yeah. And bro, and man's doing head kicks and that. Allow it, man. Like,
he's tall as well, isn't it? He's
about. I don't know. He's about my height. I think about 5'10", bro. But he's wedge, bro. Like, do you know what I mean? He's like. Two of me, blood, like width wise, like two, like he's twice, like bro, like it's mad.
When I watch his podcast, he looks too big for the chair, bro.
The brother is twice the size of me, bro. Like literally, I could have two of me side by side, and that's him. You know them ones there. Man's doing head kicks, bro. Allow it. Them kind of man there, allow it. You know what I'm saying? They grab hold of you, it's long. Do you know what I'm saying? So when I see like Spray's all skinny and all that, man said need 100 bags. I'll be honest. If like bro, Spray's a cool brother, but even if Spray had a baseball bat, I'm back in pounds. bro, even if he had a baseball bat, I swear it down, bro. Because I swear it down, bro. One head kick would sort all that out.
Word, bro. Big up Spray. But you know what? That's why I know Spray. I think he even said he's that. I know he's gonna fuck me up, so I have to get. It's gonna be memes for years. So you need to be giving me 100 bags for all these memes, and I hear it. I do it because he knows he's gonna get some. But they're saying boxing, because it can never be MMA. You'd kill him in the first round, bro. But I think they're trying to make it boxing. But yeah, man. If you lot are in the combat thing, UFC boxing and that, all this summer there are some big fights, bro. There's some big fights still. But yeah, man, I'm just gonna bait this weekend, Easter weekend. You lot that celebrate it,
big
happy Easter and all that. And yeah, man.
That's it. I'm cheesing, bruv. So yeah, big up everyone inside. And yeah, bruv, man's gonna redirect you to the show with LB, and then I'll see you guys back here for my show with Monts.